Question.
Please.
What's your inspiration in life?
My inspiration in life is life. Throughout the history of all of the arts, muses have been inspiring artists through all time to create works that connect deeply with the nobility of the human spirit which resides in all of us, enabling us to be inspired and meet the challenges of the day. Painters like Manet had Victorienne, Rodin had Camille Claudel, Gustav Klimt had his lifelong muse Emily, Picasso had Dora, Degas had a 14-year-old inspiration named Marie Genevieve von Goethe. Composers like Hector Berlioz was inspired by Harriet Smithson, the actress, whom he never really developed a relationship with. And both Robert Schumann and Brahms were enamored with Clara Wieck, who Schumann married, and at one point Clara became Brahms's mistress. In more modern times, you had the girl from Ipanema, an unknown person, inspired an international hit. And the girl from Ipanema was interviewed and said that she was so proud to be the inspiration for that classic song. And no, she received no compensation for it. The tradition of muses is that they inspire. Sometimes they are models who are paid a small fee, but they don't participate in the rewards of the creator. And the reason I'm talking about this is because of a really interesting and fascinating event that happened to me very recently, which has prompted me to share these thoughts with you, simply because the story is already public. The interview in Berlin on January 20th was published immediately, 9 minutes long. You'll enjoy it. This is a very long conversation, which I'd be delighted to have if you have the time.
Do you have the time?
I do.
I hope so.
I do. And the single came out June 21st. It's on every streaming service in the world. And the YouTube music video chronicling the wonderfulness of the early months of our friendship and positivity is also out there. So I thought it would be interesting to, in perspective, share the rest of the story. So, this woman invited me into her life as a friend. I was inspired to write a beautiful piece for her birthday. The music was so catchy I couldn't get it out of my head, so I made a formal recording and decided I would release it with her name and image on the cover, celebrating Catharina, a true and honest love song. She was thrilled. I put together a music video chronicling our cross time and space relationship. She's in Berlin, I'm in Los Angeles, not easy. And then the surprise of all surprises, outside of the realm of all the muses in history, I get a text from Catharina. We have to talk about sharing revenues because I was the inspiration for this song? Well, I explained to her that this is unprecedented. It's never been done. It's not really appropriate. I'm a generous person. I can make gifts and be magnanimous, but it's not something that somebody else can really ask of an artist. Well, this really intelligent, wonderful woman sent me an invoice for $20,000 for inspiration. After receiving the invoice, we had a conversation, and we were working on a project together in which we would have shared revenues, and the revenues would have been substantial. Nevertheless, she was insistent and eventually just cut off all communication with me, stopped taking phone calls, wouldn't respond to texts or emails, which is so ironic because she is, after all, an expert in real-time communication. And being the very influential media person that she is in Germany and Europe, she is always touting the importance of communication in resolving issues. Yet, on this very personal issue, she did not have a clue as to how to resolve it. So if there's a lesson here, it's that when entitlement becomes more important than gratitude, truly all is lost. I have created many musical portraits. I have been told by these people, many were moved to tears. Actors and actresses like Ana de Armas, Mel Brooks, Carl Reiner, the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. You can see many examples of this through my music catalog and music videos. So the request from Catharina was completely a surprise. And while it's sad that we don't speak with each other anymore, life, after all, is an educational process, and we're all learning. I've learned a lot from her. She's an incredible person. I think she will eventually come to grips with the fact that when you have a valuable person in your life, you do everything you can to keep that person in your life, particularly when you have told them that meeting them was magical, it was important, fate put us together, the door would always be open, never closed. There's a lot of potential with Catharina for herself. The moment with us has passed, but it was truly stunning. And celebrating Catharina, which you've been listening to, is one of the most beautiful pieces I've created because it was created out of pure love and positivity. And in the music video that accompanies celebrating Catharina, you see Catharina in her own words describing the universal appeal of this very specially inspired piece. To all the artists in the future and to all of their muses, let's just keep it coming. It's important to spread positive energy in the world.